All right. Everything is integrating and I'm very well rested. Do you see? Like my face is not puffy. I've gone on 5-mile walks every day for a couple of weeks. I've started my yoga practice again. It's very minimal. I'm not stammering. We developed the new magic for the dragon egg pine cone, and it's a hedgehog. So it's gonna sit at Netsock. And nobody really knows what a hedgehog is for. Does anybody know what a hedgehog is for? It's the same as a porcupine, but it is not the same as a porcupine. Look up a hedgehog and see what it looks like and feels like. It's a very gentle spirit. And so the point is that the dragon egg at Netsock is like, we're going to start with the hedgehog magic, and that's it. You either bypass, everybody has to be filtered through hedgehog. You either have that level of gentleness, serenity, through the bottom of the clippet, at least at Netsock, okay? You either have that level of sophistication, or you're out! No elements, no magic, no Harry Potter, no nothing. So even the Slytherins that are trying to get into Tiferet have to be at hedgehog level. Can you imagine evil hedgehog? No, no. Evil hedgehogs, God no. So here's the thing. Sora, we will have our meal rooms and great study hall, okay? 4 big tables, and one of them will remain empty as a fuck you to Slytherin and all the reptiles that we had to defeat to even create a Sora. People like Star and Goodney. People of authority, fame, and advanced magics, but couldn't find a way to build us a community or a school or a foundational education center. At all. They couldn't do it at all. We handed them millions and millions of dollars. We threw money at them down the drain, and they couldn't do anything but create a dome or a 1980s building stuck in Canada where it feels really nice, kind of like magic, but it really doesn't have anything, and nobody can really do a Patronus charm or teleport or do anything of value that's really magical at all, and we all have to suck their dicks all day long. And they don't even teach like math, science, higher forms of education. We can't even compare philosophy to Kabbalah. Nothing. 0. We couldn't even do art or write a song. Nope. 1980s stale office building with those corkboard ceiling tiles and fluorescent lighting. Okay, so that's what millions and millions of dollars and investment of time and energy bought us all. Pretty demeaning. Yes, I'm gonna drink my coffee, my iced coffee, like this, because I'm hipster and I'm fun. And really, there's no other glass that is suitable for my... Okay, HASHMALIM and higher. This is where we get fancy in life. We put the book list out. We're going to be studying Derrida and Nietzsche, Wittgenstein and Immanuel Kant. We're going to be studying all of them. Plato, Aristotle. We're going to be applying it to all Kabbalah knowledge because we are going to look more like Jean Grey and Professor X. Plus Dumbledore and not. We're not going to be dumb people in life. We're going to be good. We're not going to be trading in Nietzsche and Karl Marx for Eckhart Tolle. A new earth. Yay! Old New Age rhetoric that's been recycled through the last 50 years. Yeah, let's all jerk off on Eckhart Tolle instead of study the classics that have been around for hundreds and hundreds of millennia. All right. Okay, so HASHMALIM and higher. We have a number of topics in this mental body that we would like to talk about. The biggest thing is seeing beyond your hypocrisy. Okay, so that's why we're going to throw out Eckhart Tolle. Okay? Eckhart Tolle is a confessed dude. A New Earth, he didn't even sign on to my program, and it was mandatory. He pisses on me every single day, and his mind reduces all of my work into nothing. Instead of joining it and going, yeah, I'm going to be an established teacher at Sora and develop Harry Potter level magic for Ascended Masters. Okay, biggest thing to do with HASHMALIM, seeing beyond your hypocrisy. This is why I teach for free, and like Baba G signs up to teach with me, even if I'm channeling him. Because these are Baba G's values. Not charging $11,000 for a fake teleportation class that you may or may not ever learn to teleport even 20 years down the line. Ever. And that's just because of your karma with God. Not to do anything with the teacher or the educational institution that's providing you the education or the knowledge. What knowledge? All they did was really give us a list of dimensions, bullet points, and go, eat it. No real practice time, no integration time, no real actual karmic knowledge. There was no gateway into Netzach. No baseline key points of how to cook a snake brain out, deal with shadow energy, kill out all the bad energy stuck in the Clippeth, which is actually preventing you from doing any and all forms of magic anyway. I'm gonna set an intention. Oh, it's gonna bring up every piece of opposite energy that I have in my field. So we're not gonna cancel out any of that. We're just gonna set the intentions. Not learn how to work our asses off and burn. Or how to establish a sense of harmony with the whales. Oh, that's just the status mandatory of HASHMALIM and higher. Hey, cross the abyss. I gotta bypass Free Willy? That's in my karma prism. This is the prism of existence. It's the... Here is the holographic mirror of reality in front of me. So if the whales are stuck in a box, so am I. That's Dot. So HASHMALIM and higher, you need to know that. So that's also seeing beyond your hypocrisy. Oh, fuck. I'm screwed. The whales are in a box? Oh no. Elephants are being poached 55 a day. I am fucked. From the bottom of the Clippeth, bottom of hell. Clippeth id. No room for mistakes here. That's my prism mirror of reality. Now, if some asshole goes, you're an asshole. Understand that. Some asshole goes, "You're an asshole." That's their mirror. Your mirror is looking at Netzach and going, "Where are the snakes at?" Because the guy that calls you an asshole, that guy's dead. In 5 years. He has cancer. He gets hit by a car. A snake bites him. Anything. He gets taken out by a great white shark. He's out. So that his mirror is 100,000 times. Like, you're definitely an asshole. Me, I look at the whales and I go, I'm an asshole. Because I haven't figured out how to save them. Okay. Do you see the difference? So you are conscious of your level of assholeness. But the guy that wants to call you an asshole is dead. Even if they're right, he hasn't even passed Hode. Okay. Seeing beyond your own hypocrisy. You have to rise above your hypocrisy to cross the abyss. Let me say that again. Hypocrisy is a vice of HASHMALIM. A vice. You have to go into virtues of HASHMALIM to get across the abyss. Let me say that again. Let it digest. You have to get in a state of virtue of HASHMALIM and out of the vice of HASHMALIM to get across the abyss. HASHMALIM and higher. So a seraphim can cross the abyss a few other ways. But they can also go through the HASHMALIM and higher download, and so it's part of the Gryffindor initiation. They don't need it, but they will definitely want the mental bodies of the HASHMALIM and higher. They want the 50 and then the 500 for the Auror. As they progress through life. A seraphim can go through the path of the chariot because they are tough. And they can also go through the path of the phoenix, which looks like Harry Potter. I'll die. Be resurrected. Reborn from the ashes. So that's the harder way to do it. It's almost impossible, actually. But Maleficent's got a grid. And so does Harry. So we're going to teach that path in this class because I want Seraphim to have access to the higher paths other than just going through the HASHMALIM. But sometimes it's easier to do it this way. All right. Seeing beyond your own hypocrisy. Providing pathways instead of blocking them. Okay. Teresa Ibis is a confessed person. Jordan Bain is a confessed person. At this point, Elijah Wood was a confessed person, but they all have options to work their asses off and get up the tree. My job as a seraphim or something higher is to provide them pathways to redeem themselves and not to only shut them out. I am only shutting out the dangerous Slytherins that are going to knife rape little children behind everybody's backs. Everybody has the option to climb back on the tree of life. If they can redeem and pay off their karmic debts, they can climb, climb, climb. If they cannot and the weight of their karma is too heavy for them to bear, then they're gone for good. Brooke Still is now one of those people. Let me do that without fumbling my word. Brooke Still is now a confessed person that is no longer qualified to do an unconfession trial. Climb, climb, climb. Okay. Let's wrap the mental grid around our body. HASHMALIM and higher. This one's kind of exciting, actually. This mental body. We're going to fill in the we're going to get our tail. We're going to wrap that mental grid around our tail. Am I hearing David Sedaris? Wait, I'm fumbling that name. Why? Am I hearing David Sedaris in the astral planes? Is he a House of Zodkiel person? Full on Ravenclaw, part of the reading list. Petri dish goo and glue over our metal grid. The thing about Ravenclaw, thing about the HASHMALIM, they're very smart. They tap into divine knowledge. The first to download from God and then put it into word. And David Sedaris has that Luciferian edge. Social rebel. I aspire to nothing other than the left-wing, self-righteous idealism of the divine. Higher education and community satire. Irony. Social satire. Okay. It's got that dark femme vibe to it. And it ain't Slytherin. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour on David Sedaris level knowledge or higher. He's a best-selling author and like archangel. And he's not full of himself. Okay. We're also going to go see beyond your hypocrisy. He probably is not the biggest hypocrite in the world. Why is he not a hypocrite? Okay, so that. So we're seeing beyond our hypocrisy. We're going to put in mirrors into our grid and then glue or goo because we don't want the knife, right? We want to burn out whatever little it's of knife rape we might have in our DNA still, in our body. Some of you are like, I can't help it. That's because you haven't written enough pages yet. You might even be 800 pages in and it's still knife rape. It's because you haven't done 3,000. 5,000. Seeing beyond my own hypocrisy. Make sure it's pooping through the tail. I feel like my beauty body is finally starting to set in. Just beginning. It's strong. Yeah, it's pooping out through the tail spikes. worm castings. Next, the Aurora body. We're going to put a new metal mesh on around our body. Okay. We might not be Maleficent. We live in the Matrix. We're not a fairy going free my whales and then able to do crazy magic against everyone. Okay? We might not be Maleficent, but we can carry the Aurora template that Maleficent still loves us and we'll be Maleficent's slave. And that's the better choice. Because we'd rather be Elle Fanning in Maleficent than anybody else if we're not Maleficent. So we put on that template. And we have these sesame seeds. Now this is the seeds for the 500 mental bodies for an Aurora. The Aurora. And these mental bodies will be named like Oak and Willow, Pussy Willow, Maple, Rowan. I'm not joking. So 500 seeds, the 500 seed mental bodies. So they're the seeds for your Aurora body. Because we're creating Pandora on the planet. So we put in the goo, the Petri goo, and we're going to put those seeds in so they can sprout and grow. So one, you receive the knowledge and wisdom from each of these plants or species. I know there are a lot more species than 500. That's fine. We're going to template it. Template. It's sesame. We will grow into the season of an Aurora. Down the line. See what's HASHMALIM and higher? We have to be 100% with nature. Make sure those sesame seed Petri goo glue is pooping out of your tail. The Aurora body. And then maybe we paint some rainbow on all of it. Make us feel more like Aurora. This will come with time. Okay. Next, metal graft. Get your hands and nails, your feet and toenails, and your tail. My metal grafting grids are starting to feel a lot less like knife rape and more just building. But if you're still in the knife rape, you need to get cleaner or send me an email and I'll send you 5 million grids. Lava, lava, and you have to write. We're going to put on a Petri Goo Glow, and it's called Building Bridges Charm. No! I have to build a bridge to David Sedaris. But I'm a nobody, and David Sedaris is a famous person. What? I don't want to. That's bad. Do you understand? I also have to build a bridge to Wes Anderson and Judd Apatow. So I have one layer for each bridge I'm going to do. Do you understand? I've worked for famous people. I understand what they want and what they need, and if they're good people, then they're on our team, and maybe we can develop something that's amazing because they have to go to Sora, because they're not Ascended Masters. So I have to teach them Kabbalah and like elemental connections and virtues and stuff, so they can write better and produce better materia for a global mass audience to be educated. You understand? If you're the one with knowledge, you have the power. But you have to build the bridge, not them. They don't have knowledge. You do. So, do you understand? You are of service to them. That's what it means to be the bigger person. Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. You write them, I am of service and value to you in this and this and this way. Not, can you give me a job, please? It's better when you already are of service to them in that way, instead of faking it. Problem with being a spiritual person is usually it comes with being shy and socially retarded. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. All I'm going to do is meditate all day long instead. Okay, do you understand why the world is stupid? It's because all the spiritual people go, I'm going to meditate instead of build a bridge to Judd Apatow and punch him until he does what I tell him to do. Do you get it? And that's why Netflix sucks. Building bridges. No, but nobody wants me. That's your problem. You have to build that bridge. And you should have developed a sense of self-confidence by now, because you're gonna Slytherin. Let me spit that out more. Nobody wants you. Do you have self-esteem? Did you pass Hufflepuff? Did you get the T for it grid? Like, you're the friend. They're the assholes, you know? Did you get past Gabriel and develop any courage? Seraphim. Courage. Okay. That's why the HASHMALIM still have to pass certain courage nexus. Oh, man. Okay. Building bridges. This is the problem with building bridges. Did you pass the assertiveness tests done by Gabriel? It's my choice. I'm in charge. Cobra acid. If you need to write all of their evil goes into the lava, all of their narcissism goes into the lava, all of their delusions go into the lava, all of their demons, demon in hell 1, 2, 3, 4, go into the lava, then do it. If you can make them do it, it's even better. Do you understand? Building bridges. We are only bound to our current laziness. Okay, we're going to put some dragon fire on that. Purify out all the gross stuff. Did you pass any Khaleesi Nexa ever? You're in the HASHMALIM? You told Khaleesi to fuck off. I'm going to go be in the HASHMALIM and then you're going to hide? Gross. You see where there's a hypocrite there? Okay. A HASHMALIM is like an ascended master. They should not hide, ever. Next. You can burn away the social anxieties. Oh my god, I have so many social anxieties because I was like raped as a kid. Okay, yeah. Welcome to the club. It's so fucked up and it's so accurate. Some of it's worse. I was beaten to death as a child. Oh my god. Okay, so social anxieties out the window. Burn it, burn it, burn it. Free my whales. Next metal grid. Oh crap, we actually have to free them. Like, not hypothetically and not in 20 years, like now. How do we do it now? So let's get the building bridges to poop out through the tail. And we're going to put it on the petroleum jelly. Somebody's saying, just because we don't behave like Khaleesi does not mean that we should not sound like Khaleesi. Let me say that again. Just because I do not behave like Khaleesi or a Khaleesi doesn't mean I shouldn't sound like one. That or something better. So we're putting on the Free My Whales. And then we're going to add hot pink, like Elwood's hot pink. Get it done today. I'll study 500,000 books if I have to, just to get it done. Oh, you think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. My favorite part about Legally Blonde is that. It's why the hot pink is part of the Ravenclaw, because we might seem like we're stupid girls or stupid women because we look pretty, or because people have never taken us seriously in life, and we might even not have the current knowledge and maybe just know everything about Marc Jacobs or fashion. Okay, or we might only know about Hollywood and celebrities. But we can apply that knowledge, and then we can read Derrida, and then we can read all the legal requirements that is needed to free the whales. And we might be able to figure out something amazing and creative and get it done. Like Elwood's. Ravenclaw hot pink. Free my whales. Okay, that Ravenclaw hot pink looks like a grid, like a plaid that will poop through. Will poop through your tail and through the tail spikes if you have spikes. Some of you guys have feathers and weird soft things. Soft. I don't even know what to call them. That's a problem. I need to learn my words. Next mental body grid. Oh, some of you guys feel very unsure. Like that didn't really do it. What do we need? Maybe another color of pink. Princess Poppy, hot pink. Hot pink fuchsia. What layers of need to get something done? Put on the hot pink gel. I will get it done at all cost. Even when people think I'm stupid. Even when people think I'm too positive about idealistic things. And they're all just like ugly trolls, zombieing through life, walking down the street like this. Or like this. Hey, what's that? And you're like, go free the fucking whales. Go read a book. Go do a push-up. Okay. Free my whale's body. I'm feeling it's more solid. Now make sure that hot pink paste, hot pink fuchsia paste poops through. Princess Poppy pink. Poop it through, poop it through. Worm castings. Good. Yeah, I believe the worm was one of our animals for CHESED. This is a magic casting. It's one of the ones for Ravenclaw too, because we have to become bookworms. Do you see the parallel? When I become a bookworm, everything I create poops out magic. The smarter I am, everything I create is smarter, and therefore it just boom out, poop out light. Everything I say, light. Everything I do, light. Everything I create, light. Write everything down. Okay, next metal grid. We're gonna put Post-its. That's awful. I do not want to live like a Post-it schizo. Post-it, 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 everywhere Post-its. Or 500 pages of Post-its or notepads, one notepad, one book, or 4 books, and they all have a purpose, or computer notes, when everything is titled and labeled correctly and organized. Okay. Write everything down. It's why we have a brain. You get a download from God. And then we don't write it down, and then it takes up real estate, and then we never get the space to write the next sentence down because we just keep this one up there instead of writing it down and then writing the next one down and then the next one down, and then we have a book. Okay. Write everything down. You're getting downloads. Write it down. Okay, let me tell you about Sarah Blakely. Is that her name? The girl or the woman who created the Spanx? Write everything down. Write it all down. That was her masterclass. Write everything down. And then you get the download for the next thing, and then you write that one down, and then you get the next download, and you write it down. I'm not joking. There are so many issues you guys have on this. So many. So we're going to burn out all the not writing it down. So here's the deal. Where I go through a 2-hour walk a day, and I have 500,000 thoughts. Either I am doing 8 House Next at work, or I'm downloading a book, or I'm writing a script for my next class, or the key points that we're going to deliver for the mental body. Okay? I write it down while I'm walking, and then I write down the next one, and then I write down the next one, and then I'm not thinking about 500 things that I'm going to forget. I'm not joking. So we need like this wheel energy to get through the inertia of writing it down and getting out of denial. We're going to call it the lime wheel. Burn through all the denial of writing down what we need to be writing down in life. Some things you need to write down every day, and it's the same thing. I am this. This is my goal. This is my goal for today. This is my goal for the year. This is my goal for the next 5 years. Every day. Sometimes we need to write things down like that. I call that the red book. It's kind of like the brick book, but it's not. But it is. It's another type of brick book. It's the daily action brick book. Daily action book. Okay. I know it's so stupid. Get the petroleum jelly. Write it down. Write it down. We're going to cover more writing it down in this. So just chill out because it will never go away. This teaching, this lesson will never go away. Ever. Ever. Get out of this Netzakian brain like we're all going to be sitting like Natiri at Home Tree downloading from the Tree of Souls when we can't even write down how to build that. And even then, we probably will build a library. And have Hogwarts with a library. Write it down. I know, you guys have lost your brains. All right. And then God can push us forward. That's the punchline. You write it down, then God can push it forward. I'm redundant because you guys are redundant. You guys are redundant failures. And so I will repeat myself. I finally pushed somebody out of their block, out of their denial block. Oh my God, I know I'm a failure. Okay, great. Write it down. Light bulb healing. All right. So we got that goo, the write it down goo. And maybe we need another goo. And then we're going to do another graft. That secondary goo was a lime goo. It was the wheel, the lime wheel goo. And make that poop through the tail. We're getting that we have to write stuff down. Oh, good. My first Kabbalah class, I came with a notepad this big. I was barely listening to the teacher, but I was sure writing all my goals in life all day long. I want to do this. I want to do this. I hate what she says. I want to become a spiritual lawyer. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. Okay. The light bulb healing. Do your graft. You get the foil in your feet. Through each of the bones. The foil in your sacrum. Foil in your knees. Yeah. Foil in your elbows and hands, fingers. Foil in your toenails. Regular nails, hand nails, teeth. Yeah, we needed a foil at our teeth. In between each tooth. Skull. Okay, so we got a good metal graft on. The light bulb healing. So most people, when you talk to them, are zombies and trolls or vampires and stuff. So the biggest thing is you kick your foot forward and you put like 1,000 layers of this light bulb charm on them to turn on the light. So that you're not talking to a stupid person. You're talking to the smartest version of them instead. I'm not joking. It's like you're gonna kick up dirt in their face. That's what you kick the ground, and then you shoot it with the chi, and it adds 1,000 layers. We're gonna cover what this is. 1,000 layers of pearlescent mental body with hyote cream, the hyote goo cream in between each pearlescent honeycomb goo layer, and then you stick a light bulb at their body, and it turns on the light. And then it's an egg, so it porcupines through their body from their spine, and then will create higher growth. So let me repeat that. We're going to do that right now to ourselves, and then we're going to pretend to do it on somebody we're trying to get a hold of in life. I mean, how do I get through to that person? Well, that person's a dumb shit turd that can't even pass code, so I've got to turn on the light bulb. It's way better to be negative and accurate than positive and fail. Let me repeat that. It's way better to be negative and then accurate and then accommodate and problem solve than to be positive and then fall on your face in the mud and go, why did I get knife raped? No, they're demons, that's why. Okay, so let's do that again. We have our first layer. We're going to do 10 layers of the pearlescent honeycomb goo, but it's a creamy, milky pearlescent honeycomb with not that much of a tint of blue. It's more pearly white. 10. And then we're going to do the milky higher cream in between. We're doing it up, then we're doing it out, and then we're doing it this way, forward and back. When you feel how positive that just resituates your own energy to being light, it really is very high heart oriented. I'm awake and present. Okay. So we're going to times that by 100. 100 out, times it by 100 back, times it by 100 up, times it by 100 down. Should be filled with pearlescent honeycomb with inlays of higher cream. And then we're going to put golden liquid light in the middle of our body, and we're going to turn on this electric light bulb. Okay, so that's the light bulb healing. I am ready to receive something intelligent instead of being a demon. Okay, so we do it to ourselves. Now, we take our right foot and we're going to implant this light bulb healing goo, where if we kick the ground, it kicks it into their face with chi. they go like this against the wall. And you turn on their light. And you can do it long distance. I would do it before every healing session, tarot card reading. Anytime you have a student of any kind, deal it with the children if they're fighting. Oh, God. All day long if you have to. It's 1,000 layers. Okay. Remember in the love video, we reminded ourselves that when we're speaking or trying to get across to another individual, we're dealing with like 3 to 4 layers of demonic psychosis before we even try to get one truth across. So this counteracts that. And then we coat it in Vereda serum and virtue juice. Stick it down their throat. Let it go through the veins. Get into their belly. Their blood is now emanating virtue juice. It pees through their urethra. It's part of their system. Okay. Somebody's like, no, I don't want people to be smart and funny like Colly Ren. Yay! Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. We want to be funnier and smarter. We don't want one tree that gets cut down is your fault. Just one. Okay. Next metal graft. Writing books. I don't want to write a book. That's painful. So on your 3-hour walk a day, you can do this thing called writing. All those funny jokes you tell yourself because you have new friends. You write it down. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And 5 years later, you have 10 books. It's better to have those books and not sell one of them yet than not have those books. Oh, I didn't even think about not even publishing them. All right, let me tell you a story. This is how life works. God chooses who's ready in life. Okay, let me repeat that. God chooses who's ready in life. In high school, I did this advanced arts class, and I put together an art portfolio. I'm not going to go to art school. What the fuck? That's for stupid people. Okay, so I put together my art portfolio. I just had it. It was nothing. It was done. In my closet. Okay, so I'm going to go to University of New Hampshire and study political science. Because that's what smart people do, because I want to change the planet with policy and law. Okay. And one summer, the summer before college, I go to San Diego, and I don't want to go back to New Hampshire ever again. And so my mom goes, I'll pay for college education if you can get into a 4-year accredited university. And I go, it's August. The only school that would ever take me is a culinary institute or an art school. So I applied at Otis College of Art and Design. And they go, where's your portfolio? And I go, here you go. Because it was already made. And I had to do nothing. And I got in. I didn't even know that I got in, but I knew I got in. I went back to New Hampshire, sent them my portfolio, and on the plane, hadn't even heard, on the plane back to California, get off the plane, you were accepted into Otis College of Art and Design. Yay! Because I had something prepared. Let me repeat that. Our linear logical brain goes, I don't need to prepare for what I'm not going to do. Do you understand if I approached my life going, yeah, I'm not going to make my portfolio, even though all my artworks were done with the rest of the class, because I'm not going to go to art school. I would have been up shit creek, you know, like going, well, how do I put my portfolio together within a month? Okay, so we're going to prepare for things we're not going to do in life. Like, it's just, you know, it's nothing. Yeah, I wrote 5 books already. Here they are. Let me say that again. Here's 10 movie scripts I have for you. An animated television series. So when Judd Apatow comes and goes, I don't like this one yet, show me what else you have. You have something for him. Not just something, but a portfolio. He's going to go to you one day, and he's going to, I need comedy, and everyone else is stupid. Okay, do you get it? Okay, there we go. There's the ball moving. Writing books. Okay, so here's the next point. Each layer is a new book. So we're going to put on just the first layer. Some of you guys might have books in the work. We're going to put on the first layer. Writing books. We're going to put on the Petri dish goo glue. Now I got to download today. We call it the umami hour. It is the hour before you wake up and you get the world's worst downloads never. It is spirit telling you everything you should be writing in those books or in your scripts. We call it the umami hour. It is literary caviar. Let me say it again. It is literary caviar. The umami hour. It's not candy. It's the meat, the concepts, my self-governance comedy show was an umami hour download. We're going to do self-governance for children. Oh my God, you guys don't understand. All of the material you're watching from me is downloads in creative capacities. Try to teach a class and then try to teach 500 classes at once and go, where am I going to get all the material? And make it, you know, fun. Writing books. Make it poop through the tail. It's a creativity workshop. You see how many creative writing books there are on a required reading list for the Seraphim? That's more HASHMALIM. Same thing. Okay. I wish I fumbled my words even less in life. Let's keep going. I'm getting better though. All right, let me teach you about love scent. Here's a list of the books we're doing. We? Who's we? Little Green Dragons. It's a children's series teaching Kabbalah and the journeys of life lessons with a bunch of little green dragons. And it's based off of famous people, successful people, friends, family, everything. And then Lucifer's in it too. Written by Archangel Kamael. A little green dragon named Kali Red. Okay, so it's like my little funny, cute little stories, but a little green dragon. Okay, so I'm going to put a mental body for my little green dragons book series, and we're going to title it Book 1. We might even have a separate mental body for the Book 1. Is it going to be a picture book? So we have a few different options, and I haven't figured that out yet. But right now I'm seeing it like a picture book, but also a miniature novel. Next one, A Bitch's Guide to Dragon Queen Doom. The Art of Saying No. This is already written, most of it. It needs to be edited, though, so I need another mental body for that. Written by Archangel Kamael. You know how nice it is to be an archangel? And then you can publish things as an archangel? A high quality life. Wait, I need to make sure the Bitch's Guide to Dragon Queen Doom book. The gels for the Little Greens Dragons book. All that stuff's pooping through. Oh my goodness. And Charlie says he's helping me with the bitches one. A high quality life. Basic keys to high quality living, even wading in at the poverty line. This is like, I know how to make a very good life, even making zero money. Or making $20,000 a year. Written by Archangel Kamael. Okay, so you guys have books in your list, in your repertoire that you're going to write. So in one of the first chapters, I knew I was going to write a book like this called Being a Witch on a Dime. So that's just a chapter instead of a whole book. Next book, Dragon Roasting. Written by Archangel Kamael and Archangel Lucifer. Foreword by Archangel Thamael, which is Charlie. Oh my god. Dragon Roasting. You can co-write with your spirit guides. HASHMALIMs write. That's part of the way they help educate the world. They write screenplays like Shakespeare. Oh my god. It's part of the reason you're in Ravenclaw instead of the Seraphim is because you're going to actually produce intelligence. So you're going to take all the world's greatest philosophers, and you're going to understand it and digest it, and you're going to write and produce miracles with education. You don't have to do that way. You can teach math or science. But even then, most college professors, almost every single college professor ever in existence has to write like 500 articles and be published. Okay, so education. Next book, Netzach is closed. Elohim and the God Delusions. So I need a mental body for that. Written by Archangel Kamael. You see how that one's not written by Archangel Lucifer? Because that might bring in some really weird... Okay. Gray Kitties Come Up to Me. This is a children's book series written by Archangel Lucifer. To break through the dogmas of the name Lucifer. The smart, gray, loving kitties come up to Lucifer and then get the rewards. Okay. It's a picture book of Lucifer as a dragon. A black dragon dealing with little gray kitties. Kind of like the gorilla with Coco. Or wait, I think the gorilla is Coco and then petting the little kitty. The next, Magic Moon. And other important celestial events. So that's a yearly publication of the torturous year ahead, and I will be writing that in the winter before the next year. With pictures where the moon actually is. And why. It's written by Archangel Kamael and Archangel Lucifer. You see why Archangel Lucifer is in that one? Next, on demons. This will be like a picture book on how to battle demons, how to deal with them, etc., etc., etc. Written by Archangel Kamael and Archangel Lucifer. Do you see? Perv from left field, the 6th house, and reptile brain rehabilitation experiments. So I want to add the word Slytherin, but I might get sued. So I use the word reptile. Reptile? J.K. Rowling does not own the word reptile, nor does she own the word Netzach. Written by Archangel Kamael and Archangel Lucifer. Again, it's the 6th house. Reptile brain rehabilitation experiments. So it's like how to change a reptile human into a T for Ascendio or higher. Do you see? The next one is Noah Eunice. Juggling, Youthing, and Hanging Upside Down. This is a book on how to prepare to cross the abyss. Written by Archangel Kamael and Archangel Zadkiel. Do you see why it's written by both of us? The Archangel of Gabriel and the Archangel of Hesed. And it's a type of human that has no karma and is A&R marked. They can live by different spiritual laws and principles than the everyday human. And we call him a Eunice. See how Lucifer didn't write that one? The last one is Noah Eunice 2. It's not the last one, but it's the last one on this repertoire. The Aurora Borealis, written by Archangel Lucifer. So when you have interesting spirit guides where everyone shits on you because of that spirit guide, you actually have a book. You have 50 books. Now you have an educational platform. That's how to make lemonade out of lemons. Yay. Okay. We get it. So everybody knows that my power of now is actually the Noah Eunice. And that's with me and Kelly writing it. Great. Okay. Writing books. So I need a layer for each of those. And the petroleum jelly. So that when I wake up in the morning, I'm downloading those books. And I need to have them organized and listed. How do you write that many books all at once? Name the chapters and have a book for each note. And maybe have a book for each book. If you like to handwrite or something like that. And then start downloading and then wake up in your morning with your downloads and go boom, 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 boom. Or go on your walk and go boom, 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 boom. Or however you do it. And if you're a professional writer, you already know how to do it. It's a lot more fun doing it on a walk. Yay! Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go do 5 push-ups and then I'm going to write my book. Get the download. That way, it's not like I'm going to sit in front of my computer and get angry like Elizabeth Gilbert going, where are my muses? Because you're a HASHMALIM, you shouldn't have that problem in life. Elizabeth Gilbert is sitting in Hode going, where are my muses? I showed up. Why aren't they? You know why they aren't showing up, Elizabeth? Because you haven't even reached Netzach and you're a planet rapist. That's why. So you're against God, so God ain't giving you a fucking download. So while I'm starving to death on a beach for whales, you're like having champagne with some pervert. That's why. Learning your lessons. Speaking about learning our lessons, I don't want to look like Elizabeth Gilbert going, why are the muses not showing up for me, even though I'm showing up at my computer? I'm ready to work. Where are they? You know where they are? They're trying to get trees from not getting cut down. That's where they are. That's where it is actually important to them. Not going, how do I inspire Elizabeth Gilbert? Learning your lessons. So that's narcissism. It doesn't even hit past Netzach. Yay! They're of service, muses, and spiritual muses. Learning your lessons, jelly. Okay, so we need to make sure that we are always, always, always learning our lessons instead of not learning our lessons. Oh my God. I don't want to be the asshole that hasn't learned my lesson. Think of all the trolly people that you can't stand to listen to all day long. Some of you are going, that's color red. Fine. Fine. Make sure I learn my lessons. I don't want to be that person that you go, she hasn't learned her lesson. I bet you guys have 500 lessons that you haven't learned either that I can see too. Oh my God, yes. I'm gonna do smaller mental graphs, smaller metal graphs, and make sure I'm learning my lessons. Charm and Petri dish goo glue is abundant. And then it's getting through, and it's pooping out through the tail. I'm learning my lessons. No. Get out of denial. Yeah. Okay. A lot of our lessons have to do with guys, romances, or boundary setting, or maybe looking at the facade of something instead of what's deep inside or what's deep down. I looked at the facade of Star and I go, she's a master. And then I didn't really understand what was deep down. Was a knife rapist that would force channel and possess and rape people. That was what was deep down. The bottom of the clipith is what's deep down for people. I didn't understand that the Dalai Lama was actually inwardly a pedophile. Deep down. Okay, so like the clipith kind of reveals somebody's true colors in life. Okay, so that lessons. All right. Another mental graft, metal graft. Petri dish, goo glue. Make sure it's around your feet and around your right foot where you move forward in life, and maybe around your left foot because you sucked there instead. Karma wheel rehab. What is that? So you're supposed to be sitting at the top of the karma wheel. So you don't recycle bad lessons. You don't go, yeah, I need to do that again. So it's like if somebody knife raped you, you go, yeah, let me knife rape them back. Or knife rape somebody else because I need to go cycle through the bottom of the karma wheel. like I need to drop from the HASHMALIM and get back into Slytherin. Like what? Okay, so karma wheel rehab. I learned my lessons, and I go up into the abyss, through the abyss, and up into Bina. Across the abyss. Like, I understand what this is. Okay? So even if I'm Khaleesi and I'm like this, it's like education. Get into Gryffindor. It's not like, let me kill 1 million Jews and be a homicidal maniac, create global genocide. Like, I can be a Nazi without being Hitler. I'm a Nazi going, get your A&R marks. That's the level of my boundaries and rigidity. Anyone like Heil Khaleesi, not Heil Hitler, God. I don't need to recycle that karma. Karma wheel rehab. So I can see what other people do. And they go, Daenerys was Hitler. And I go, yeah, no. Like, Daenerys is Khaleesi, and it's different. And then I own it. And I go, if I'm going to be Hitler, it's like A&R marks. All my evil goes into the lava. All my demon in hell goes into the lava. And then everybody else has to do the same level of paperwork. And that's where I'm Hitler. I'm Hitler for good. Got it. Like, that's actually proper Gaebera. Got it. Okay. Karma wheel rehab. Oh, look at our book list. There are 500 books that we have to read. Hitler. That's really rigid. I don't like that. That's like discipline and militaristic. Yeah. But it feels like it. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, the next level is Gracie book. Oh my god, I can't handle anymore. I know. That's why Gracie is going to handle it for you. There are things. Gracie is God's dragon. Do you see how many pages are blank? This is all the magic we're going to put into Gracie's book. Gracie book is actually a level of hell. And we're all going to do paperwork for Gracie down the line. We're all going to have like A&R paperwork or Auror level paperwork for Gracie. We're going to grid her up. We're going to start. We might even, she's gold. She might be honey gold. She's this kind of gold. She's God's dragon. So we write things in Gracie book. What's going in Gracie book? We know we're going to do elemental connections, but we're also going to write out, maybe we're going to write out things like all of our Secrets of the Mexican Shamans intentions that we come out through the day. Oh, I did this, and I acquired this magic, and I acquired this magic, and I acquired this magic, and then I always do the Hierophant. It's like that or something better. The Hierophant key. So every single time I pull out a toilet paper, it's like the light wins. The light wins on the toilet paper. So that's the intention that should be written down. And as I go through the ages, when I acquire 500 Secrets of the Mexican Shamans intentions in my mind, like every single one of them should be written down in one of my books. Some of you guys might already have them written down in your other books. That's fine, but you should also have it in Gracie's. We'll have a public library of Gracie book downloads. Okay. Get that goo coming through, pooping through. I know most of you are like, Gracie, nah. Some of you are like, yeah, Gracie's rad. She's kind of a nerd. She's a nerdy dragon. She's very nice. Smarter to do it than not do it. Okay. Putting on the Gracie book download. You want to cross the abyss? You want to piss on Gracie? That's like pissing on Lucifer. Like, okay. Feel the same way about Moira. The same. Moira's different. They're like reject dragons. They're not rejects. Gracie's the reason we got the Hufflepuff Ascendio going on the planet. Okay, I'm starting to feel some more acceptance. Here's my Lucifer book again. So I do things. Oh, I need to put the Petri dish. We have experiment. God's dragon versus the Zed dragon. Like Gracie versus Stony. Gracie is with you, even if she's not you. Stony could be with you or against you, and you just don't know. So, you want to do stuff with Gracie. Charlie's like, nobody understands. Gracie's part of the intellectual authority to create heaven on earth again. All right, so I do things like write down all the dimensions in my Lucifer book. Every dimension I write down, I can ground in my Lucifer book because it's Lucifer. And then if I have a Charlie book, same thing. Somebody's going, light language, shapes, and colors? Yeah, if you want to do light language, write it in your dragon book. The magic increases times 1,000,000,000. And you know what? It's so much nicer to like have one of these books and then put it in a library at Hogwarts or Sora. 500 of these at Sora. Then look at your computer screen and go, yeah, red, action, instead of handwrite it. And then put the color paint gouache red. That's classy. That's the real stuff in life. Handwritten, good calligraphy. I took all this time to acquire this knowledge. I want to have this knowledge taken care of by a dragon. So I'm only through dimension 69. That is Geburah. So all of the dimensions that I need to write down are my HASHMALIM dimensions. So that might actually help build my HASHMALIM program. So when I write them down, I get all the downloads for them. From Lucifer. Law. It's a law. What do you call it? Law of creativity? No. Law of attraction? Kinda. It's like law of likes. So the energy that I ascribe, or the camera obscura that I ascribe, the lens that I ascribe to Lucifer's magic book is the gravity of the magic that is delivered on the outputting end. So if I think this is the world's scariest book in infinity, with the scariest dragon in infinity, that's the level of the magic that is built, has the most gravity to it. Somebody says I'm going to buy a Lucifer book and put all white magic in it. You should also do the Know Me book for Lucifer. That's a requirement to get above the wheel. So the scariest dragon creates the biggest change. More magic, more push forward. Same thing with Charlie and Lucy. Okay, that's it. Books keeping. Definitely by the first day I met Charlie, or the first week, I have no money. You need to understand this. Zero. I have like $30 in my bank account. Charlie goes, buy it for Lucifer. And I'm thinking, I don't have any money. And I hesitated for 30 minutes, and then I bought it. And this is the book I have years later, and there's so much memory attached to it. And it was an investment worth keeping versus buying a $5. So I have a story. I have a memory. And it has the same eye color as Toothless. Even if it has a green tint to it, it's blackish green. So I'm going to take these to Sora, and I'm proud of them. I'm fine putting those in my library. They don't look cheap. So that's the books keeping. I need another book for notes. That's Lucifer. I need another book for notes. about the books I read, want to read. Yeah. That. So we're going to pour that on, and then you're going to feel nauseated. We're going to pour on the black walnut goo. Okay, now we're going to times everything by 50. 50 up. Oh, some of you are like, we're at the tail. We have to have it poop through the tail. The black walnut goo with the metal mesh. Okay. Now we're doing good. So by 50 up. 50 down. 50 out. Nobody wants your mental bodies in their face, Colly Wren. They're tired of being stupid. 50 back. It's definitely in the back. Okay, we're gonna pour in some virtue juice to allow this to come through a little bit easier. All right, now we're gonna do the Gryffindor lava with the Ravenclaw hot pink paste. 50 layers up, down, out, back. Somebody's saying, it's burning away all their self-denial. That's feeling good. Okay, porcupine through. We're gonna put and make it porcupine through the lower part of the egg. Forward, back. We're gonna put a purple gel, a dark purple, with purple glitter on the insets. On the outside, where it creates the metal mesh around the egg. No, but I want to do the blue gels right now. We'll do it in 5 seconds. HASHMALIM and higher. Then we're going to do the blue gels. 50 layers up, the Ravenclaw blue gels. 50 layers down, 50 layers forward, and 50 layers back. I'm really smart right now. Maybe I can get smarter. Maybe my brain and my body can come together better. So then we go pearlescent honeycomb on the inlays of those 50 blue gels. Up, down, forward, and back. And I'm hearing Judd Apatow is just blown away by you by now. Not by now, right now. It's that or something better. That's the intention. Let me say intention. So it doesn't matter if it's a delusion of grandeur coming in. My intention is that, or something better. At the end of his masterclass, he goes, when you sign on for a project, you're like signing up to be that person's friend or hang out with them for a while. So they gotta wanna like you or want to be around you because you're fun or enjoyable in some kind of capacity. Let me repeat that. Like, they want to be friends with you. But you gotta be smart and enjoyable. Recycling through the same stories, or being somebody like a liar or a narcissist doesn't really work so well. Unless your narcissism creates an ascension, which is very rare. My narcissism was like starved to death on a beach. So that kind of narcissism is allowed. That's it. All right, Kali Ren out.